These two world champions will face each other to determine who is the pound-for-pound best. These two warriors are fearless. Barbera Marquez, Saturday, March 17th, live on Events on Demand pay-per-view.
Get a front row seat right in your living room on Time Warner Cable.
We're back at Ventura Community College. The score at the break, Riverside by 1, 30-29, so a great first half. Very exciting first half, fellas, and we do have a halftime score involving the VC women playing at Pasadena. The score at halftime, Pasadena 29, Ventura 25. So that one's still very much up in the air, and I understand Jesse Sella, the tremendous player out of Royal High School, the Mike Cole program, leading the way scoring-wise. Let's take a look at that Southern California Regional, the women's bracket you see there. Bracket B, I believe, that's Ventura and Pasadena. Mount Sac and Antelope Valley, one of the other brackets. Again, the winner of each one of these bracket finals to play in Fresno in the state championships, Canyons and Mount San Jacinto, and San Bernardino Valley against Fullerton. So tremendous community college basketball action, men and women, tonight in Southern California and Northern California as well. And I think that's one of the great tournaments you talk about, of course, March Madness. I think in community college basketball, this is a great tournament every year. You look at the boys or the men's division, the last 6 years, fellas, we have had a different champion crown each and every one of the last 6 years. Fullerton last year, Fresno City College year before that, Compton before that, LA City College in 202, 203, Saddleback and LA Southwest. And Ventura obviously would like nothing more to make it 7 different champions coming up this year in 06-07.
Yeah, it's tremendous at this level to have so many different teams experiencing great years.
Let's go quickly to the highlight package before we get it going here again in the second half. Reminder, it's 30-29, Riverside, the Tigers by 1 over the Pirates. There's a great move, middle of the lane on the fadeaway by, I believe that was Emmanuel Jones.
And he had a real good, and there's Jarrell Smith down low. And again, out of the offset, Riverside does a really good job of distributing the ball.
There's that up and under move coming strong left side, just inside the elbow by Tavares. Hopefully he'll see a lot more time. Little runner with the right hand. We'll call that somewhat of a teardrop by Breland. This is a great move by Wright to score. Spin move, glass, count it.
Up high over a big shot blocker. Here's my play, though. Great look off right there. Breland came down, didn't even turn his head. Great play.
And Watson was there to finish. And there's, of course, you play pickup ball. When that happens, you try to run it high because nobody can jump up and basically knock it down, except if you're this big and strong and can fly. Yeah. These guys can all get it, but as kids, remember that? You take a shoe, you take a stick, anything to knock that ball down.
Yeah, absolutely.
So directly in front of us, Emmanuel Jones to inbound the basketball. He had a very good first half. 13 points, had a rebound. Pierre had 7 points, Smith 6, and Nunley had 4 off the bench for Riverside. For Ventura, balanced scoring. Pimble with 6, Breland with 6, Tavares with 4, Gilbert with 4, Watson with 2, and Benson with 2. And I think you look at this first half, guys, Tavares, Danny only with 4 points, and you only trail by 1.
Yeah, I'm really, if you're Ventura, you've got to be pretty excited about the limited time that you got out of Danny Tavares and to be trailing by 1. So, you know, they're going to be pretty excited that he's back in here right now.
Stats provided by Stadler Supreme, Dave Wheeler. And we have started it up here in the second half. Entry, the Tigers. Jones out high to Giovanni. Giovanni over the top. They try that down screen. It's not there, but Pierre goes up, has that ball rejected by Tavares. That's his 105th at least, or 106th, I should say, on the year. To Watson with a left hand out high. So they're going to try to take the lead on their first offensive possession. Hesitation dribble over the top up high. Missing that shot is Tavares. Rebound to Jones. To Giovanni on the breakout. Has the head up. Right side to Jones. 19-25. We've just begun the second half. Jones over the top. Misses that shot. Left side rebound to Young.
I was going to mention that Young's in the game because something happened to Danny Benson warming up for the second half, and they had to take him out of the game, so they put Young in real quickly.
Tavares with the basketball, trying to get something going. A little up and under move, great move. Tries to throw that up right hand and misses that shot on the scoop. Rebound to Smith.
You know, there's still, though, Tavares is attacking the basket, and that's exactly what he should be doing.
Mookie Pierre to Giovanni Viroete. To Pierre, three-pointer left side. That one pops out, stays out. Rebound to Tavares. To Watson. So a slow start offensively for both squads. Coming up on about a minute and a half into the second half. There's a long three-pointer. We've seen a lot of that. Tommy Young, buries that long three-pointer right side.
Well, if you're Danny Benson, you got to feel bad because he steps out and Tommy Young steps in, comes up with a big three to put Ventura on top.
41% three-point shooter coming in. I believe he's 2 of 2 tonight, counting that nice assist on a fadeaway left side baseline. Giovanni with a basketball straight away to Pierre. 32-30 Ventura with that 2-point lead. 18-15 left to play in regulation. Lots of basketball left to be played. Jarrell Smith over the top. Great elevation. Misses that shot. Pimble up high with a rebound.
Great rebound right there. Right now Ventura's doing what they want. Riverside, they kind of got him on their heels.
Young again out of the corner for three. Count it!
And he ends up on the ground. Defender lands right on top of him. That was Emmanuel Jones. No foul called, but definitely Tommy Young's feeling it. He's got 2 in a row.
And boys, we know Tommy Young loves the spotlight. We saw him do that very same thing on a number of occasions playing for Buena in their cross-city rivalry game against Ventura. And some guy by the name of Wixel, 35-30 with a basketball. Pierre coming strong left side, left hand over the top of the baseline. Misses that back rim. Rebound pulled down out of the night. Great job by Yerby. Knocked away from behind. Stolen. That's still to Young. Here they come. Pimble on the breakout. Reverse dribble with the right hand to score.
Nice play, nice move. Good job by Young to come from behind. Nobody saw him coming. Forces a timeout by Riverside.
8-0 run to start the second half. Pirates on top, 37-30 with 17-14 left to play.
You know, Coach, I'm telling you, what an amazing, amazing play right now by Tommy Young. He's the guy sitting on the end of the bench getting ready to start the half. You start the game, Benson can't go. I watch, Winslow walk down and say, hey, you're in. All of a sudden the jersey comes out, hits a couple of threes, gets a big steal. You talk about taking advantage of your time being played. Great job by Tommy Young right there.
He's a marquee player, there's no doubt about it. When the lights are on, he tends to shine and shine his brightest. I want to go back to that LA City 2002-2003 state championship team. Coach Wixel, when he played here at Ventura Community College, was that 84 or 85? You played down at LA City, and you talked about the fact it was a packed house that night. One guy up doing his homework that night.
1985. We've said this before. Most amazing thing I've ever seen as a player. One person in the crowd watching the game, and like you said, he was doing his homework. He wasn't even watching.
We've said it before, and believe me, we'll say it again because I love that story so much. Big community college gym with one person in it. You talk about cavernous out of the corner. That shot's going to be missed. A putback try. That's no good. Tavares on the breakout. Here they come. Breland. He comes down 2-on-2. Drop off right side of Pimble to score.
That's just a nice, unselfish play. Does a great job of dribbling through the defense. Sees the guy trailing, drops it off to Pimble for the easy score.
So it's a 10-0 run to start the second half. Pirates by 9, 39-30. Let's see if Anthony Scott and the Tigers can regain their composure at the offensive end. They swing the ball left side to Pierre. He comes middle lane, jump stop with the right hand. Ball blocked by Tavares. That's at least 3. Rebound to Pimble.
This run started with Ventura taking their time, getting some stuff going on offense. Now they're really starting to take off.
Watson had the open lane momentarily. It was closed down by Pierre in the corner to Breland over the top. He's got a three-pointer. That one rims out. Tavares, he puts it back.
Way over the top of the rim. Just grabs, touches, lets it go, drops it in.
41-30, Pirates now on a 12-0 run to start the second half. Substitutions getting ready to check in for both squads. We're in front of that scorer's table. Something is going to be called underneath. Looks like a foul on Pimble. And you look at his head, his sweatband up high almost ends up off his head. I don't know how it got there, but they're going to call a foul. It looks like on Anthony Pimble.
Yeah, Troy Watson thought it was on him. He started voicing. He's yelling at the ref out here. There is no ref out here. So he's yelling at the ref, and the call was on Pimble down low.
Well, Pimble said he kind of dug that elbow into my midsection. The official responded by saying, you hugged him. Yeah. Scott with a basketball on the inbounds. James Simmons, number 3, has checked back in. Timeout? Or do we have a problem with the clock, perhaps? Officials timeout momentarily. 15:53 on that second half scoreboard clock. 41-30. 12-0 run by Ventura to take the lead by 11, but still lots of time left. This is a very explosive and athletic basketball team from Riverside. Emmanuel Jones straight away to Scott. Scott with a basketball drops it off to James Simmons. Simmons coming strong. Bounce pass, high post over the top to Yerby, who scores.
That's a pretty shot right there. And, they've had success right there at the free throw line. If you're Riverside, that's where you want to get your high post and remain staying in that spot.
So that 12-0 drought has been silenced. Ball knocked away, almost stolen. Watson almost knocked away and stolen again by Yerby as they extend the defense. Tommy Young against Emmanuel Jones. Emmanuel Jones, a very good defensive basketball player, to Trevor Breland. 12 seconds on his shot clock. Jump shot right side on the fade, misses that. Missed everything, rebounded Jones. Simmons on the breakout, comes back the other way. He'll stop, picked up that dribble. There's a three-pointer straight away by Yerby. That's good.
Well, all of a sudden here in the offensive set after that timeout by Riverside, they're looking real good, distributing the ball, sharing, getting some good-looking shots and making them count.
Good basketball teams make runs. We had a nice run by Ventura to take that lead, and now we have a nice answer by the Tigers, who get a steal at the other end. Jones coming strong by himself, drops it off left side of Yerby. So he's on a 7-0 run by himself. It's 41-37.
I'm thinking right now it's nice to be Rodney Yerby.
And somebody took a spill. Is that Mookie Pierre? Let's wait and see who gets up. Somebody face first right in front of that Ventura Community College bench.
If I had to take a guess,
think that's James Simmons, I believe, number 3, is it?
Can't tell. Yes, I think you're right. It is 3. But if I have to take a guess, I think 2 guys were going after the ball, and he probably rolled over on top of him, pinning his head between his body and the floor.
Well, it was 41-30 not too long ago. Ventura, after they opened the second half, as James Simmons to his feet. He looks like he'll be okay. 12-0 run to open the second half to extend to 11 after trailing by 1. Anthony Yerby has come back with a 2, a 3, and another bucket. 7 straight points. It's 41-37.
You're absolutely right, though, Tom, with what you said. Good teams, they're going to take their runs, they're going to sustain runs, and they're going to come back on themselves. And this is just a perfect example of what a tremendous basketball game we're watching tonight. You've got 2 great teams, 2 teams available to go on runs, typical, they can stop themselves. And, this game's never going to be decided until the horn bells at the end.
And nobody wants their season to end here tonight at Ventura. Watson with a basketball against Scott. 25 seconds on that shot clock. Entry pass baseline over the top left side to score. Tavares, that looked very good.
Well, he shows that he's capable of scoring anywhere on the floor, and that was just nice little turnaround shot from about 8 feet.
He got some space there, Coach. When you can elevate and get space, you usually are effective. That's 9-0 on the run by Yerby.
Feeling good, Rodney Yerby.
43-39, under 14 minutes, still a whole lot of time. Ball knocked away. That's going to be a steal. Scott comes down one-on-one left side. Left-handed, little reverse. He changed hands, left, right, back, left to score.
Yeah, that's a nice play right there.
Back to 2 points, 43-41. Breland right side, count it. Great dish off to Gilbert, who scores.
Tavares Gilbert was just in great position, and after Breland pass, he's just standing right underneath the basket.
Yerby had no points at halftime. He now has 9. Pierre with 7, Jones with 13. Breland with 6, Tavares now with 8, Pemble with 10, and Young with 9 points. 45-41, entry pass, Yerby again. He's got the hot hand. He misses that shot from the elbow left side. Rebound to Watson. Here he comes. Ball almost knocked away from behind. They've got numbers left side to Tavares. He tries to throw it down. It bounces in.
That's a nice looking play there. As you said, he tried to throw it down, but it gets blocked, goes up in the air, and goes in anyway.
So I think the play was tremendous. Do you get a blocked shot and a basket? I'm not sure. Foul's going to be called on one of the Riverside Tigers. It's 47-41 possession. Side court, we believe, coming up to the Pirates.
I'll tell you what, Watson's a little upset right now because right before he made that pass, he got hammered on what I would consider to be kind of an illegal pick and bounce, and he's thinking, do I not get any kind of call?
As we say over in our PE office at Hillside, welcome to the Channel League, I guess, or welcome to community college basketball. Watson, he's a tough kid, no doubt about that, to Pemble left side angle, and he travels. Try to get it going, working against Kieran Nunley, but the feet were just too fast. The dribble was not being accomplished yet.
I can attest to how physical it is. When I play at Pierce College, we were banging bodies constantly down there underneath, and it is tough basketball down there inside. And these guys are showing what they can handle. It's great. I love to see it.
It's physical for me playing those 8th graders at Hillside, so I can't even imagine these guys. 47-41, 12-30. second half scoreboard. Ball knocked away and stolen by Pimble. He comes down 3-on-1 over the top to Breland. Back to Pimble. He misses that pass. Here they come back the other way. Jones won't miss this one with the two hands.
There's no question about that.
That was a good idea by Breland, but I thought he got a little bit too close to the rim before he threw it up. Right, left side to Pimble. Little up move. Drops it off to Watson behind. Back to Pimble underneath. He tries to find somebody, Gilbert underneath. That's going to be stolen by Jones, who continues to be very active.
Pimble needs to shoot that ball. He was in a perfect spot.
Jones, that's got to be offensive player control foul. Great setup underneath. Stepping up to take contact was Pimble, I believe.
I don't think that pass should have been made because Pimble just had, Jones had nowhere to go. The defense was already set. He received that ball and runs right into the defensive player.
Coach John Smith across the way. Great year, 28-4 overall coming into play tonight. Tremendous year across the way, obviously, for Ventura at 25-6. Trevor Breland out of Brooklyn, New York, to Robert Wright back to Breland, right side to Jamerson, who's checked back in. High post, they've got Pimble. Bounce pass to Gilbert coming strong. That's going to be rejected by Smith. Ends up in the hands of Breland. 15 seconds on the reach. He tried the wraparound knockaway. He's going to get called for the foul. That was James Simmons.
Yeah, that's a nice job by Breland. One of the things you teach in high school, and obviously he was taught well, is as soon as you go by somebody to cross over and get it out of your hands, just so that reach steal won't happen. And he did an excellent job of switching hands right there.
47-43, possession underneath their own basket to Jamerson. Left side to Breland, straight away to Gilbert. To right in the corner, Jamerson coming strong. He rides it up with the right hand, misses that shot. Rebound to Pimble up very high. He powers it up, count it. He'll go to the free throw line.
Great job by Pimble, just being patient, hanging around the basket, waiting to see what's going to happen. Was in the right place. The ball comes right to him. He gets up over the big guy, Jarrell Smith. Gets another foul on Jarrell Smith. He might have to take a set down right now.
Well, Robert Smith told me that Jarrell Smith as a shot blocker is an animal, and he meant that in a very complimentary sense, meaning that he is extremely aggressive as he goes up to try to swat it. We've seen that time and time again here tonight.
Oh, he is. But, back to that play by Pimble. 2 plays ago, he's got an easy shot, and he tries to make it hard, and then he shows that. Oh, look at that explosiveness. I mean, just tremendous ability to get up. Powerful, powerful game. Got to keep doing that tonight.
Frankie McWhirt, number 12, back into the ballgame for Riverside. It's now back to a 7-point lead for Ventura at 50-43. Left side to Yerby. What a great run of points he's had here in the second half. Simmons over the top. Thought about passing. Shot it at the last second. Throws that up, and they're going to count that one. So great effort by the little guy, James Simmons, the 5'8" freshman out of Cajon High School.
That's a good thing he didn't make that first pass. I think the defense kind of adjusted to it. Ends up shooting, gets his own rebound, puts it back.
A 57% free throw shooter, Tavares Gilbert, will check out. Danny Tavares back in, free throw in the air, that's good. So it doesn't matter how well you shoot them coming in, it's how you shoot them tonight, and that one was pure. 50-46, three-point play converted by James Simmons. Right side to Jamerson. Back to right on the bounce pass. 25 seconds on that shot clock. High post look, the elbow left side to Tavares. He's very good with both hands dribbling. He's got the ball baseline right side, tries to drop it back off to right. They're going to call a foul. Foul on Rodney Yerby, I believe.
That was a nice pass for an entry pass for Danny Tavares, who dropped the ball down for the cutter, which is something we haven't seen a lot of this evening for Ventura, using screens and cuts, but he tried to do it, but his triple team, he couldn't get the ball through there and got fouled.
Rodney Yerby now has 3 fouls, so he'll check out. Kieran Nunley into the ballgame replacing Yerby. Obviously not very happy with the call. He'll have to take a seat, at least for a while. Entry pass to Pimble, to Tavares. Tommy Young's out high. He says, I can shoot it. Tavares says, I can too. I missed that shot. Rebound up high to Nunley. To Simmons as they come back the other way. 50-46, Ventura on top. This game will go pretty much right down to the wire, maybe beyond. Left side to Anthony Dandy, who's back in the ballgame. We'll try to get you to an updated score involving Ventura and Pasadena. In the second half, it's now 39-37 Pasadena. That ballgame very much in doubt. Simmons coming strong, reverse layup try. He misses that. Foul's going to be called. And it looks like it might be Anthony Pimble.
Yeah, I didn't have an angle. Jared, did you see anything
No,
on that?
I didn't. I was kind of surprised there was a foul called.
That was Pimble. Two guys were there, Tavares and Pimble. I guess if you have to pick for Ventura's sake, it's better off Pimble gets it, although that's now his third.
All right, Tom, I apologize for not doing my homework. Junior college, 5 or 6 before you foul out.
It's still 5.
Still 5.
Second free throw in the air, that's good. We have a 2-point ball game, 50-48. So Ventura extends to 7. Right back come the Tigers to bring it back to a 2-point differential. As we come offensively, Ventura's Robert Wright. Simmons with a pressure out high. Ball knocked away. They really like that overplay as the offensive player goes around. They try that reach and knock away.
And they've been very successful at it, very quick. And one thing that Ventura's been complaining about is there's been a lot of fouls on that, or a lot of touching anyway, but no fouls called.
Speaking of touch, well, I won't even go there. Talking about the trip that Dr. Jerry Guerin just came back from. He had a trip to Palm Springs. There's a great play, left side, low block by Tavares to score.
I like the way he laid that off the glass so softly.
Great athletic play.
Tremendous touch. Coming strong, low block left side, 52-48. 9:39 left to play in this basketball game, at least regulation-wise. Dandy with a basketball, try to go baseline, throws that ball away. Here comes Pimble on a breakout. He'll slow it down. He did not have the advantage. It was actually 2-on-4. Smart play by Pimble to right, straight away to Jamerson. Entry pass by himself. Pimble rides that up to be fouled. He was wide open, coming late on the defensive weak side help. Andrew Jenkins to commit the foul.
You know, there's Tommy Young out on the wing. Defensive player was looking at Tommy Young. He had a choice. Leave the guy open for the easy shot or get Tommy Young. He switched out and took away the 3, which allowed Pimble that shot. That's Tommy Young doing something without actually doing anything.
Pimble from the free throw line, the first to 2. That one's good, 53-48. You know what? I have to agree with Coach Winslow. He said this young man will be the best athlete on the floor tonight. I have to agree with it.
Well, he's certainly shown a lot of athletic ability all over the floor. So, as we talked about earlier, receiving that foul is not too good for Ventura, but he's still in the ball game playing.
Well, he plays such a high-energy game, Coach, but when need be, when he steps to the free throw line, he's very calm.
You know, good point. I mean, he is above the rim. He's crazy. He's running around. He's grabbing rebounds, blocking shots, getting out defensively, and then calms down and shoots the free throws and knocks them down.
He made them both, 54-48. Ventura responds with a little mini run. They're back by 6, 54-48. 9:15 left to play in regulation. Scott with a basketball. They got the high post look as Smith will check back in. Over the top baseline, McWhird out of the corner for 2. That's short. Rebound up high. Who'll get that? Smith with a right hand to be blocked by Tavares. Foul by Tavares, and that's his 3rd.
And I think that was a good call. Tavares is in great defensive position, but he reached down. As soon as you reach down trying to get the ball, they're going to call it on you.
Well, Danny pleading his case, and he's doing it in a very calm manner, basically saying it was all ball. What else can I do? Well, when you have a body as big as Jarrell Smith, it's hard to get away without some type of body contact.
Well, and I think sometimes, you know, with a guy, when you look at how big Jarrell Smith is, you want to block his shot so bad because of some of the blocks he's had that sometimes, you know, you try a little too hard, and that's when you come down and slack the wrist.
We're getting to that point, fellas, where free throw shooting might play a very big role. Jarrell Smith, 59% on the year coming in as he misses the first. Second one in the air, that one's good. Quick whistle, something taking place, something on the side. Somebody came out on the court, it looked like. He might have dropped something, and I think the official's saying, come out and pick whatever it is up and get it off the floor. That's some of Dave Wheeler's millions, I believe. That guy's got so much money, I think his pockets were overloaded.
Yeah, but he's lent it out to everybody he knows.
That's right. He's very giving with his money. With a basketball out high, Watson, Ventura, 8:50 and under now. Second period action, right, left side to Tavares. Little up and under move once again. Little push off that time, got away with that. He was lucky he didn't get the foul call as he pushed off with a right hand on Smith. They come back the other way offensively. Riverside trailing by 5 at 54-49. Simmons, high post, calling the basketball. There's that play over the top to Jones, who's checked back in. Had the ball blocked on the way up by Tavares. Ends up with a ball and has it blocked again by Tavares. Bounce pass coming strong, left side to right. Back to Watson. Right side to Young. He's wide open. He's got a three, and that's there.
Oh, my.
Well, as a former great shooter, Coach, that's one sometimes where you're too open, perhaps.
I actually thought he'd miss that one because he was so open, so he proved me wrong.
12 points on the night for Tommy Young over the top. Jones to Simmons coming strong baseline. Little hesitation dribble, great pass. Ball's on the floor, dug out by Jones. He throws that up, misses that. Tip is not that. Rebound to Tavares Gilbert. They come down 2-on-2 by himself. Right, that's offensive player control. Tried to crossover dribble. I think Coach Winslow said you had the trailer Young setting up for a three, try to get the ball in his hand.
Well, it's so noisy in here. I don't know if he heard Young coming down on that side, but definitely a player control foul. Needed to stop right there, set things up, get things going for your team. You got the lead at 8 points now. Take advantage of that and try to stretch it into double digits.
Well, I think sometimes, Coach, the competitive fire takes over. You know you're a great player, you're a great athlete, you think, here I come one-on-one, I can beat this guy, and you get a little bit carried away sometimes.
I think that's exactly what he did. I think he made a move. He figured the defense would bite, and he'd have an easy crossover dribble. Defense didn't bite, and he just ran it right over. But you're absolutely right. Those competitive juices in the open floor, you don't want to pull it out.
I see Danny Benson over there as shoe op. Looks like he's done for the evening. He's been trying since halftime to get that stretched out. Earlier I said he'd be upset. The only thing he's upset about is the fact that he's not in the game right now contributing, but he's definitely over there cheering for his teammates, especially for Tommy Young out of Buena, who's put on quite an exhibit shooting this evening. Well,
we have another updated score in the second half. Pasadena continues to maintain a very narrow 2-point lead. It's 43-41 over the Ventura College women as that one moves its way down towards the wire. 7:42 left to play in regulation here. Pirates 57. Riverside Tigers have 49. And you talk about confidence. I think this is a game definitely, especially if you're an offensive player, you have to have confidence. Going back to the story you told, Coach Wixel, about your first 3 shots in community college basketball, they're blocked, but it didn't stop you from shooting, and that's what offensive players, you get that player control foul, you still got to play your game and play it hard.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that. I mean, these guys are at the level now. They've played enough games. They've won enough games that they're going to continue doing what they want to do. It's just, sometimes you try to do a little more than you're capable of, or the defense makes a good play.
Again, there you see Danny Benson being worked on across the way. We have some updated numbers we'll get to as time allows. Left side, Jones has the basketball. They pop Viruete. Giovanni out high against Robert Wright. Tries that left-handed bounce pass look. He gets Pierre. Crossover dribble coming middle of the lane. He's looking to drop it off. That time he shot it. He shot it very effectively. Giovanni scores. It's 57-51 Pirates. Robert Wright back the other way. Again, well defended. These guys are very, very tough defensively. Wright throws it off glass. A little bit too strong, but he was fouled by Giovanni Viruete.
Yeah, that was a little mano-y-mano. He just took him down on the other end, and he said, you know what, I'm going to come back and take you on my end.
Robert Wright on the year, 60% from the line, but these are critical free throws for everybody, both teams, from here on out with 7:07 left to play. The winner on to Fresno next week, the State of California Community College basketball finals. First one is good. Tavares now with 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 blocked shots. He had 4 points at halftime. Pimble with 15 points, 6 rebounds. Second one is good, and he's got 6 steals. Young with 12 points, 2 rebounds. All his points by virtue of 3 make that 4 long three-pointers, and Gilbert with 6 points off the bench. Jones with 15, Yerby with 9, Smith with 7, and Nunley with 4. There's a nice play underneath. Great find, tremendous finish by Smith, 59-53.
Smith just does such a great job of positioning himself right in a spot where he's sealing off his defender.
Wright with a basketball out high to Watson. They swing it to Tavares Gilbert off his hands, out of bounds. So possession side court back to the Tigers. Pimble will check back in for Tavares Gilbert. So Pimble got the nice blow. He's got 3 fouls. Still lots of time, 6:37 left to play in regulation. So you have to be pretty careful with what you do at this end defensively.
Well, I think also offensively down to 6 minutes and 30, you got to take care of the ball, either team, because it's such a tight game. You don't want to have too many turnovers. You want to do a good job at stopping them defensively.
Jones with a basketball to Pierre. They try to reverse the ball. Left side they do to Giovanni. He almost traveled with a basketball. Calling for the ball. Left side elbow is Yerby. He misses that shot. Smith up high. Almost traveled. Ball knocked away out of bounds off the hands of Pimp.